Кибидоп, кибидоп, всем здорово, с вами Серый. Мы продолжаем проходить игрушку. Ёпта, как она называется-то? Synchronicity, вот так вот она называется. Че, пойдем? Сейчас мы в обуви, мы можем гулять. Вояки, они нас явно никуда не выпустят. Опять галики начались. О нет, опять это ощущение.
Floating in a dense liquid, while everything around me is transformed. Good God, I think I'm starting to lose my mind.
Когда ж тебя отпустят, ёпти? Накурили хейтеры, суки. Опа, картишки. Деньги давайте своруем. Ты кто, ёпт? В помойке сидит, ковыряется. Привет, мистер Соня. Что это?
Excuse me? What did you call me?
You're Mr. Sleepyhead. I saw you sleeping in Colin's trailer. I'm so glad you're awake now.
So, do you know Rod and Colin too?
Of course. I go over to their house a lot. Well, when they let me out of the van, that is. Rod and his wife have been very nice to me. Sometimes they let me play with Colin. We're very good friends. Are you a friend of Rod's?
Yes, I'm friends with him too.
Слышь, я Майкл, ёпт.
No, that's not my name. I'm Michael.
No, you're just trying to fool me. You're Mr. Sleepyhead. My name is Rose.
There's something odd about this girl's behavior. It's
Да,
true
она
that she's very young,
тоже.
but she talks like a little girl. Nice to meet you, Rose.
Не будем рассказать, что я болел.
Do you want me to tell you a secret, Mr. Sleepyhead?
Давай.
Of course.
I have your old clothes. The ones you were wearing when Rod and his wife found you. I have them in the van. They were going to throw them away, but they gave them to me to wrap my baby in. He'll be cold now that winter's coming.
Your baby? You have a baby, Rose?
Yes, I have a baby, but he's not with me right now. He got lost. Have you seen him? Do you know where he is? I have another secret to tell you, Mr. Sleepyhead.
Back in the van, Rose, now. Move your ass. Get in there.
Another secret? Just a minute. Wait!
Get in that van, Rose.
It's a very important secret, Mr. Sleepyhead. Something about you. Something about before the Great Wave. But first I have to find my baby. Have you seen him?
Come on, Rose, you heard me. You don't want to get us mad now, do you?
I have to go. Goodbye, Mr. Sleepyhead.
Давай, иди спи.
Poor girl. She's obviously mentally ill. She's just a little girl in a grown-up's body.
And you? If you want to go in there with her, you gotta pay like everybody else.
В смысле, её дрючат, что ли? Вы чё, блядь? Бандиты? Какие нахуй бандиты, блядь? Два дрища каких-то сидят, бандиты, ёпт. Сейчас так зайду и все, ёпт.
Hey, where do you think you're going, pal?
Let me into the van. I just want to talk to Rose for a few minutes.
Of course, it's none of our business what you want to do with her. But if you go into the van, you gotta pay the price.
Listen, you got any money on you?
No, I don't have any on me.
Then come back when you do and quit bothering us. We have a very busy schedule, you know?
The girl said something about a secret involving me. Something from before the Great Wave. It seemed important. But what is it? Maybe it was a product of her madness. But I need to talk to her inside that van to get some answers. I'll come back with the money.
Now that sounds much better. I see that we're starting to speak the same language.
Давай лучше оружие найдем и замочим это нахуй, блядь. Деньги еще им платить. Видели, он по столу по их прошел.
What exactly do you think you're doing?
Да ничего, так хожу просто.
Hey, pal, touch that generator and you're a dead man. My partner and I don't kid around when it comes to defending what's ours. That clear?
Extremely. I was just curious and wanted to see this relic up close. You don't have to get nervous.
Так, значит, здесь, короче, пока нефиг ловить, я думаю. Монеты тоже смысл. А, вот. Может их отвлечь, у них деньги спиздить и зайти потом. Как вариант.
A few lousy coins. They don't look like...
Или это гроши. Ну пойдем тогда там еще что-нибудь посмотрим. Может что найдем. Вот туда, например. Горизонт. Бандиты, блядь. Это кто? Одинокий обитатель. Еще бочки, ряд бочек.
Hello.
По поклоним.
Hello, son.
Привет, сынок.
Would you like to get a little closer to
Подвигайся
the
ближе к
fire?
огню, если
Thanks,
хочешь.
mister. This is a rather isolated part of the camp. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm waiting. That's all. Just waiting.
Че ты ждешь?
You're waiting.
Че ты
And
ждешь,
what is it
чувак?
you're waiting for exactly?
Nothing in particular. The usual. For the fire to go out. For sunrise. For it to get cold again. I'm waiting for something to change. Or for everything to stay as it is. I'm just waiting. You're too young to understand.
So tell me, is there any way to get out of the camp?
I'm sorry, son. The only way to get out of this camp is to know someone important who can pull strings for you.
А кто здесь важного там?
Mole.
В этой свалке.
Those traitorous scumbags have gate passes.
I see.
I'm not surprised you want to get out of this shithole. You've no doubt got something to do or someone to find out there. Well, they say things are better in the city, that there's order and that things are starting to function again. But who knows? Well, at least they have Reverend Blake and the consolation of Suicide Park.
Suicide
Парк
Park?
самоубийц, блядь.
What's that?
Nah, just a song that drifts into the refugee camp from the other side of the fence now and then. And the first dark stars come out to hang from the sky. We could sit and count them together, you and I, when the sun departs from Suicide Park. I'm sure you still have some hopes, some dreams. I'm afraid you're just too young to understand it.
Who's Reverend Blake?
He's a preacher who sometimes comes from the city to bring us a little comfort. Now, some people make jokes about him, but many of us believe that he's a prophet. You should hear him speak sometime. His words etch themselves deeply into your soul. That's why he has so many followers inside and outside the camp.
And what was the extent of the Great Wave's impact? How are things beyond the city?
Truth is, I couldn't tell you. In the first days, the chaos was so overwhelming that no one worried about anything beyond their own backyard. We victims were disoriented, cut off from the world. Then I came into the camp and news from far-off places doesn't reach this prison. I'm afraid you'd have to leave here to get the answer to that question.
I should be going on my way. Have a pleasant wait, mister.
Я думаю, он свою смерть тут ждет, сидит, блядь. Так, ряд
Someone
бочек.
placed a bunch of those rusty drums. Ugh. They smell like liquor and industrial oil. Oh, Jesus. The cocktail of odors is nauseating.
Че, иди бочку возьми.
Okay, here goes. It's impossible to budge these drums at all. I don't know what they contain, but whatever it is, it weighs a ton.
Давай он деда попросим помочь. Чё. Бочки, бочки, бочки. Кирпичный дом. Давай зайдем в кирпичный дом. Опа, это что за... У них бар тут что ли есть? Клиент. О, охотник. О, он же нам сказал, что может кого-нибудь замочить, да? Я тут мусор у вас выкинул. Как бы не обращайте внимания.
What are you having, pal?
Nope, I'm afraid I don't have any cash on me.
That's no problem here. We don't only accept cash,
Давай
we
на
also
пустые банки
barter. We
обменяемся.
accept anything of value. That excludes checks, naturally.
I saw a bunch of barrels
Я видел
stacked up at
бочки,
the entrance to the
составленные у
building.
входа в здание.
Just out of
Чисто из
curiosity,
любопытства, что
what's
в
in them?
них.
Nothing. Just some
Ничего, то,
things that
что
need to be
хранится
stored.
в
Take
бочках.
my advice, pal.
Послушай
Keep your
совета,
nose out
парень,
of the
не суй
hunter's
свой нос
business
в
if you
дела
want to keep it
охотника,
on your
если не
face.
хочешь не
Okay, it
лишиться.
was just
Ладно, я
curiosity.
просто из любопытства. Так,
Interesting
владелец?
place. Are you the owner?
No, pal, don't get the wrong idea. I
Я
only
кто
work here.
владелец?
This
Колись нахуй.
belongs to the hunter,
Ah.
like every other business enterprise here inside the camp. He's the head honcho.
I see.
Большой босс на вашей свалке, да?
What do you sell here?
Anything you can eat or drink. Anything that fits into a box or a bottle. For other types of goods, talk to the hunter directly. What do you need? Like
At the
Да
moment,
ладно, я
I don't
понял.
need anything like that.
Ты нихуя не
But I'll keep it in
знаешь,
mind.
надо поговорить с
Thank
охотником.
you. I'm not really interested in buying anything.
Давай, перетрем с ним.
Mike, my friend, it's nice to see you again.
Hi.
Guys, this is my friend Mike. He's new around here. We met at one of the cleanup brigade's latest parties. Isn't that right, dude? Pull up a seat and have a drink. We like to be hospitable to newcomers.
Something tells me I shouldn't accept that drink. That it's not a good idea. Not anymore. No thanks. I don't drink.
Okay, Mike, whatever you say. But I'm not accustomed to people turning
Да
down
давай
a drink.
бухнем, что ты
At
очкуешь?
least, not in my own establishment, in front of my men. So tell me,
А вдруг
what brings you
они
here?
подсыпали туда снотворное, а потом я проснусь с кляпом во рту, они изнасилуют меня. Вот. Не будем все-таки пить, я так понял. Один мой друг приболел, я хочу знать, есть лекарства там туда-сюда. Почему тебя называют
Why
охотником?
do they call you the hunter?
That's a good question, Mike. You know my real name
Я
is
знаю,
Hank,
что хороший.
but no one calls me that anymore. Now I'm the hunter, because I can find you what you want, when you want it. You know, doesn't matter where it is, how fast it runs, or where it tries to hide. The new world gave me a new name and a new life.
A new life.
Yeah, a new life. It's hard to explain, dude. But I think in a way, you and I are similar, Mike. That's why I like you. Let me explain it to you. It was the Great Wave. The Great Wave that changed and purified everything. The old world was a messy, complicated, and unjust place. After the Great Wave, everything became crystal clear. When all the old laws disappeared, only one rule remained. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's that simple. And that's the universal law that puts each of us in our rightful place. Do you follow me?
You gotta do what you gotta do. Sounds like a handy way to justify anything and everything. Even the indefensible. Yes, Hank. I follow you perfectly.
I knew it. I knew you'd get it straight off, Mike. But don't call me Hank. I told you, that guy died in the Great Wave.
Так, значит, один мой друг приболел. Я хочу знать, есть лекарство, которое может помочь тающим, и как
A
его
friend of mine
достать.
is in a bad way.
Давай,
I
Хэнк,
need
только
to
в
know if
двух
there's a
словах,
drug that can
пожалуйста.
help the dissolved, and how to get it.
A friend of yours, huh? Friendship is important, Mike. The camp is a
Такой
very
бах
tough
ударил его.
place, and you have to be loyal to your people. I like your gesture. Do I know this person?
No, I don't think so.
I see. Well, look,
Плохо ты
dude,
врешь.
I've heard something
Mike.
about that cure, but I don't know if it's true or just a camp legend. Sometimes desperation leads to wishful thinking. You know how it is. But if that drug exists, I can think of only one place you'd be able to find it.
Where?
There's a small medical center on the outskirts of the city. It's more like a pharmaceutical warehouse, but it's heavily guarded. I bet my bottom dollar that's where they keep anything that valuable. Maybe you should take a look at that building, if you can find a way out of this hellhole, that is. And I can't help you with that. You know I like you, dude. Let me give you a piece of advice. Stay away from those untouchables, from the dissolved. They won't bring you anything but trouble.
Как скажешь.
What more can you tell me about the dissolved?
Only what the authorities say. And that's all I need to know. The disease is fatal. And they say you can catch it just by breathing next to one of those
В таком
untouchables.
случае я уже
That's why
болен.
they have to get rid of them as soon as possible. Have you ever seen one of those poor suckers die, dude?
No, I haven't.
Well, you're lucky, Mike. I don't recommend it. It's a horrible spectacle. It goes something like this. After weeks of drifting in and out of their trances, something happens inside their bodies. Something fails all of a sudden. The pain makes them kick and scream like pigs in a slaughterhouse. Then their flesh begins to melt, to become liquid. Do you understand, Mike? That's why they gave it that name. They literally dissolve.
But
Это
that's
все из-за
terrible.
радиации, ёпты.
Those poor people.
On the contrary, dude, those bastards spread the plague. It's them or us. Understand? Anyway, you know how it works. The cleanup brigades tend to be more than generous with responsible citizens who help them with their mission of tracking down the dissolved.
And can't you get hold of some of that drug for me?
I don't get mixed up in things like that, dude. The army has made it very clear.
Ты же
Helping
говорил,
or
можешь
hiding the
достать все, что угодно, лох.
dissolved will be severely punished. Not even collaborators are free from reprisals. You saw what happened to that mole. Those pigs are ruthless about this.
What are you talking about, those pigs?
That's camp slang. The soldiers, the cleanup brigades. The inhabitants of this shithole call anyone with a rifle and a uniform a pig. They can blow your head off right on the spot with impunity.
I should be
Жалко, мне
going.
пора.
Fine, Mike. You're welcome
Я думал, он
anytime.
полезно нам
Remember,
что-то
dude,
сделает,
here we can
убьет
get you
кого-нибудь.
whatever you need. No questions asked.
Так достань мне лекарство тогда, баран. Я, говорит, могу все, что угодно достать.
Hi, Mike. So what...
I should be
Fine, Mike. Remember...
Всё,
No.
это мы видели. Так, здесь что? Что-нибудь своровать там, или типа того нельзя. Фига у него стол, ха, капот. Люди,
They look at their boss like obedient dogs. Like every...
Пойдем отсюда. Классно у него забегаловка, он там сам у себя посетитель. Бочки не сдвинуть. Здесь. Хрена нам пустые банки пригодятся, наверное. Так, значит, туда мы можем пойти? Давайте туда сходим. Мотоцикл вон угоним. Какие перцы.
Oh no. It's starting again. It's amazing. Everything's changing. Everything.
Ну что-то типа воспоминания какие-то. Раньше, видите, тут не было лагеря.
Everything is mutating. And I haven't even moved.
Да,
I don't
понятно.
understand.
Значит,
Dozens
каменная
of bullet
стена.
marks and some trails of fresh blood dripping down the wall.
Тут людей
Oh my
расстреливают.
God. This corner of the camp stinks of gunpowder.
Да, порох как тухлые яйца, кстати, воняют. Ладно, пока,
Where do you
ребята.
think you're going, Rat?
Ты
No one
охуел
lives
так
here without a
базарить?
pass, unless it's with a bullet between the eyes.
Yes, and we can take care of that for you if you don't get away from that gate. Come on, scumbag, stick your neck out. We could use a little entertainment tonight.
What's the matter, Rat? Cat got your tongue?
I think it's best if I get away from the gate. I'm afraid their threats are deadly serious. Sorry, guys. I'm not looking for trouble.
Now that's what I like to hear. That's a good boy.
Дерзкие, да, такие, типа. Будка. Будка часового. Вот она, будка часового с бородой, блядь. Я ему начищу ее потом. Так. Туда нам не выйти. Надо пропуск какой-то. Где, блядь, его взять, этот пропуск? А вот с ними же потереть можно, да?
I don't mean to bother you, but
Неудобно
Can I
вас
ask you a few
беспокоить, но
questions?
не ответить на пару
It
вопросов.
seems like we
О,
have a
в
nosy
лагере
rat
завелась
in the camp.
любопытная крыса. Чего они так базарят, а? Как
you
получить
said that I
пропуск?
can only get out of the camp with a pass. Where can I get one?
Only soldiers
Пропуск
and
для
loyal
входа и выхода
passes
из
for
лагеря есть
entering and
только у
leaving the
солдат
camp.
и
And you
информаторов.
don't look like either
Я
one of those
вижу, что ты
things.
не один из
So
них.
get
Так что
lost.
проваливай.
Well,
Я буду
sometimes we
информатором.
can make an exception, but only if the person who wants to leave is generous enough. And why exactly do you want to leave the refugee camp? What did you lose on
Не
the other side of the
выясняю.
fence, rat?
So, I've heard things are better in the city. Is that true?
Yeah, it could be. But that's none of your business. What do you care? If you're gonna die in this dump anyway.
Get the idea of leaving right out of your head. There's no place for rats like you on the other side of the fence. Unless you want to take a walk in Suicide Park. Do you want to become a Dark Star, rat?
Now quit bothering us and get lost.
Let's talk about something else. But why
Почему
are
вы
you calling
называете
me
меня
rat?
крысой? Кто ваш
Who's in
командир?
charge here?
Well,
Я ему
did you
нажалуюсь.
hear that? It looks like we have a new kid on the block. Let me ask you something. If you people living in this camp crawl around in garbage, build your houses out of garbage, and eat garbage, what else are we going to call you?
We're in charge here. The
Я
ones with
вообще-то
the
этим не
rifles.
занимаюсь.
That's the only rule you need to know. See all those dark stains on the wall next to the barbed wire?
Он так
Yes.
разговаривает.
I see them.
They're the guts and brains of rats like you who forgot the golden rule. We call it the Wall of Shame. We're in charge here. That's pretty easy to grasp, isn't it? But sometimes one of you forgets. And that gives us some more motivation to make you better students. So, how's your memory?
My memory? That's funny. In another context, that would be an amusing question, but there's nothing amusing about these animals. My memory works well enough to remember who's in charge here. Don't worry.
You catch on fast, right? That's a good thing. Now get out of here.
Nice
Классный
motorcycle.
мотоцикл у вас.
It is, isn't it? It's ours. So get anywhere near it, and you'll end up against that wall.
You don't have the authority to touch it, or point at it, or even look at it.
Dare to touch it with your grubby hands, and you're a dead man. I guarantee it. Got it?
Okay, understood. I won't bother you anymore.
Get lost.
6 часовым-то можно перетереть? Попробуем тронуть мотоцикл их. Чё
Hey,
будет?
rat, I don't think that motorcycle belongs to you. Or at least I don't remember seeing your name on it anywhere. Am I mistaken?
Говорил, что даже
Are you one
смотреть
of those
нельзя, я его
people who have
потрогал
no
и
respect
ничего.
for private property, bastard? Do you know what we do in this camp with people like you?
I'm beginning to get an idea. I was just curious about this thing. I'm stepping away.
Говно мотоцикл у вас, кстати. Козлы, бля. Так, значит, нам на пропуск, да, достать. Либо, блядь. Я понял, не иди туда, все, не иди.
What part? You'd bet.
Ой, не стреляй, ёпта, чувак.
Sorry, sometimes I'm a little hard of hearing. I'm moving away from it.
Морозки, бля.
This to say.
Значит, надо либо пропуск, да, достать, либо, блядь, за деньги они могут меня выпустить. Так, и что мне делать? Надо, во-первых, с этой еще побазарить сначала. Вот банки, что... А, у них же. Надо
I
вам
prefer to hold
банки.
on to it. I think this will be more
Так, ну давай. Давай вискаряем, подгоним.
better not. If these guys are unpleasant sober, I had to imagine them drunk.
Да, блядь. Надо же сначала с ней побазарить, потом деньги. Вот у них, наверное, да, спиздить, может. Потом пропуск, блядь. Ладно, сейчас разберемся. Обратно. Я с бичом пойду побазарю. Носки. Ну-ка, ну-ка. Ладно, не важно.
This guy
Yeah,
already
but-
has enough junk in his shopping cart. He doesn't need.
Ну, не надо, так не надо. Здесь, наверное, ничего не надо. Так, что там, надо с этим побазарить, может? Как он, блядь, охотник? Ряд бочек. Что с ними делать? Пойдем к охотнику. И чё? А мне... А, у меня вискарь есть. Ну, давай поменяемся на что-нибудь.
Hello again.
What do
Чё
you sell
продаешь?
here?
Anything you can eat or drink. Anything that fits into a box or a bottle. For other types of goods, talk to the hunter directly. What do you need? Liquor, tobacco, food?
At the moment, I don't need anything like that. But I'll keep.
Ага, мне ничего не надо.
I'm
Ладно,
not really
давай.
interested in buying anything.
Hi, Mike. So what brings you here?
Что-то похоже тоже.
A friend of mine is in a bad way.
A friend of your French? Do I know? Well, look, dude. I've heard sometimes desperate, but if that drug exists,
Where?
there's a small medical center on the outskirts
Этот
of the
диалог мы
city.
видели уже,
It's
поэтому
more
я
like
его
a
пропускаю.
pharmaceutical warehouse, but it's heavy.
Так,
I
склад.
bet my bottom dollar that's where they keep. If you can find a way out of this hellhole, that is. You know
А,
what
он не
state?
сможет помочь. Да ну пошел ты в жопу
Fine.
тогда.
Remember? No.
Обезьяна, блин. Понтуется, сидит, все может достать, сам нихуя не может. Рот обещал помочь мне вернуть воспоминания в обмен на лекарства для тающих. Охотник рассказал мне о маленьком медцентре на окраине города. Роуз знает какую-то тайну о моем прошлом до великой волны. Откуда у нее эти сведения и что может она, блядь, знать? Нам неизвестно. Значит... Да хуй его знает. Ой, пойдем. Там бочки еще эти, что там в них? Но он с ними ничего все равно сделать не может.
Okay, here goes. It's impossible to budge these drums at all.
И чё? Нахрена нам вот эти банки, кстати?
Why would I give the cans to anyone?
Блять, ну нахуй они нам нужны тогда, если...
It doesn't seem like a good idea.
С вискарем не хочет расставаться вообще. Чё-то хуй его знает, что делать-то. Так, для начала надо проникнуть. Давай бегом, беги. Надо проникнуть к ней туда. Значит, что, может с ним, не знаю, сыграть. Генератор. Отвлечь их как-то. Ну-ка, ну-ка, подожди. Давай назад еще сходим разок. Я же помню, что, блядь, у него там в коробке из-под печенья, да, что-то должно быть вроде спрятано.
It's bolted from inside.
Оружие, типа того. Но дверь закрыта. Соответственно, нихуя мы не сможем. Вот коробка из-под печенья. Наверное, потом мы сможем взять. Блять, что за нахуй? А, вот. Так. Лачуги, бомж. Ну, здесь ладно, обратно идем. Значит, что нам надо сделать? Генератор.
This noisy electric generator seems very old and decrepit, but it works.
Чё его, как сломать надо? Как-то их отвлечь надо. Чё, как их отвлечь?
Use this here? How?
Да я ебу как-нибудь
Why
использую.
would I give the cans to anyone?
Сыграем с ними как-нибудь, давай там.
Hey, you guys.
Hello again, pal. Have you come back to spend some time with Rose, or...
Пустите меня в фургон, я просто хочу пару минут поговорить с Роуз. Они не пустят все равно. Так, у нее проблемы с головой, строят себе маленькую девочку. Почему такие бессовестные? Это электрогенератор, я здесь таких почти не видел.
Is that an electric
Это
generator?
электрогенератор, я здесь
I've
таких
seen
почти
very
не
few of
видел.
these around here.
Yeah, in this hellhole,
Да
you
уж,
can
в этой
count them on
дыре
the
их
fingers
можно
of one hand.
подсосчитать на
Nowadays, you
пальцах
can't
одной
buy
руки.
generators like this anywhere. And with the
Да?
power grid all blown to hell, you can bet that one of these is worth more than your life.
We use it to light Rose's room. We like to protect our, investments. So don't get too close to it. These things are very fragile, and they have a bad habit of getting lost. Now, we wouldn't want that to happen, would we?
I don't have anything more to discuss with you.
Сука, надо сломать этот генератор, короче.
A thick wall of scrap metal. It's a good 20 feet high. I can't believe it manages to stay up.
Как это сделать? Какие варианты?
What exactly do you think you're doing?
Just
Ничего.
try putting those grubby little fingers on those coins, and we'll chop them off and use them for poker chips. Hey, will you quit bothering us already?
Ты чё, Майка, алкоголичка, блядь? Блядь, да я хуй его знаю, ёпта. Чё, цистерн, генератор, чё, у меня ничего нету, блядь, виски нахуй, банки непонятно для чего. Генератор надо наебнуть, это
It seems
понятно.
that this one...
Но как это сделать? Давай, выходи. Так, это обратно, да? Значит, здесь
A quick
палатки,
glance at these confined...
мотоцикл. Каменный дом.
Although it looks hastily and shuttled, it's surprising to see a brick-and-mortar building amid all these shacks in the refugee camp. No doubt this must belong to someone important, or with very good contacts in here.
А чё, тут больше никуда нельзя пройти? Да? Давай быстрее, инвалид. Сука, бочки, бочки. Бомж, помоги мне, ёпта.
Hello, mister. Are you still waiting?
I still am. That's all I...
It's starting to get cold. Where's your tent? Or your trailer?
Yes, I had a tent once. They issued me one when I decided to enter the refugee camp after the Great Wave. A trailer was out of the question. They went to the families with the best contacts. Ah, you know how it is. Even in purgatory, some people are more equal than others.
You say that you decided to enter the camp. Does that mean that people weren't forced to come here?
Oh, no. Of course not. Why would they have to force us? The catastrophe hit the city hard. Those of us who had lost our homes were invited to come here. In principle, it was temporary, just until the authorities got the situation under control and started rebuilding. We used to have food, water, and a place to sleep.
But now it's more like a prison camp than a refugee center. What happened?
I don't really know. I guess something went
Логично,
wrong.
что-то пошло не
The
так.
new housing they promised us never got built. And in the end, the army seized control of the camp. The food ran out, and then the water supply. Nobody bothered to replace them. Seems like our lives didn't matter anymore.
I see.
In time, things in here started to get very ugly. There were riots, uprisings, and the army decided to close the gates of the camp without any notice. One day they decided that no one could enter or leave here. Well, actually, people still could. Enter, that is. Now, this is where anyone who gets in the way in the city ends up. Or anyone they don't know what to do with.
So, this has turned into something like a concentration camp.
That's right, son. That's exactly what it is. You know, it's funny. I remember when my father told us about the war in Europe, about all the persecution, deportations, those overcrowded cattle cars. That all sounded to us like an old movie, an old horror movie. And look at us now. I guess some things never change. They just stop being visible for long enough for us to forget about them.
Я боюсь его о чем-то спрашивать. А где ваша, блядь,
And where's your
походная
tent
палатка,
now?
мистер? Расскажите мне
It
часовую
was
историю,
stolen from
пожалуйста.
me a while back.
Ее
I
давно
fetch a
украли,
good
сейчас на
price on the
черном
black
рынке они
market
высоко
now.
ценятся.
Stolen? But how could anyone...
You seem to be new in the camp, am I right? These things happen nowadays. It's best to take things as they come. The reality of the new world is very simple, son. The soldiers and the moles do whatever they like on this side of the fence. And the hunter and his men run the black market and all the dirty rackets. I suggest you memorize all this.
Yes, the hunter. I know him. I talked to him in his bar.
Now, the hunter is very
Ништяк говорит.
dangerous. Watch your step around him and his men. I happened to meet his father when he was young. He was a violent, degenerate son of a bitch. A real asshole. And I'm afraid his son has followed in his footsteps.
Let's talk about something else.
Ладно, мне пора.
I should be going on my
Мистер,
way.
блядь.
Have a pleasant wait, mister.
Че, надо палатку где-то спиздить, продать ее, чтобы деньги были. Этим мы займемся в следующей серии, блядь. Давайте зайдем напоследок. Все-таки, может, что-нибудь появилось. Ну, диалоги.
Mike.
Да заебал ты.
I should be
Нихуя.
Remember, no.
Короче, надо как-то сломать этот этим баранам генератор. Значит, чтобы они отвлеклись. Может, я мог пройти. Или типа того. Ну-ка. Да, блять, а. А куда ты
I'm not
пошел?
going to give it to anyone. They're you. Better not to see them drunk. Their violence could escalate to hazardous levels.
Какая агрессивность? Ты в курсе, что когда ты даришь человеку бутылку
To be
бухла, он
frank,
наоборот
it doesn't seem like a very good idea to be spilling
становится
liquor around
более
here.
добрым к тебе? Ты что, экзамены, что ли, не сдавал? Да это что не базарит? Туда не пройти, нихуя. Давайте намусорим здесь что.
I don't think I'd gain anything by using this here. They're used and dented.
Будем, блядь, все применять ко
I'm afraid
всему.
I can't
Просто.
do that.
Может, что-нибудь получится. Вот, я хуй знает, я бы взял, просто их отпиздил, этих двух дрищей, да и все, блин. Не знаю, чем только. Он бутылку бы, башку ему разбил. Зашел бы с ней побакланил, дрюкнул бы ее бесплатно. Там деньги бы у них своровал, пошел, дал бы денег этим. Короче, охранникам, вышел бы в город. Ну, короче, все. Здесь же, ёпты,
Cars,
непонятно,
machinery,
что надо
steel,
делать.
cement, even the skeleton of an old... This place is a veritable...
Бандиты, бля. Ладно, давайте закончим. В следующей серии обязательно разберемся со всем, это 100%. Значит, с вами был Серый. Пока.